live.
Hi, it's live. I am Liz Trotter here with Smart Business Moves, or I'm on Smart Business Moves, and I have a couple of guests with me today. I have Pam Clyde from Britland Cleaning, and I have Samantha Snyder from, what's the name of your company, Sam?
Sun Life Maids.
Sun Life Maids. I was just there literally yesterday.
Yes, you were. That's true.
And forgot the name.
Oh my gosh. You know what? This is probably the most tired I have been after a trip in a really long time.
Wow.
See, that's what we do.
You wore her out, Sam.
Yeah. No kidding. These gals did wear me out.
It's Sarah's fault, not mine. Just to be clear.
Yeah. Although, who is our Facebook user that said, "Hey, ladies"? I wonder if that might be Denise because she's not where she normally is. Well, whoever you are, Facebook user, let us know your name. There is a way for the names to always show, but I never know how they work or, how to tell people what to do with it. It's Trisha. Trisha, how are you feeling? I don't know if you're sharing what's going on with you. I don't want to share anything. I'm just curious how you're doing. Yes. You see how the color keeps going in and out on my camera for some reason?
But you're not washed out. You look good.
Not as bad for sure. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're living your best life over there. I missed you on circle calls today. Hope everything's going okay over there. Sam, yes, while Sarah wore me out as far as running me through the ringer and all of her schedules and stuff. Crazy. That gal is on it, right? I think I'm equally worn out by our lack of nutrition yesterday.
Oh.
We ate, I don't know, Sam, how many calories do you think we ate at that? We stopped for coffee, y'all, because we needed to waste a little bit of time before lunch. So on our way to lunch, we stopped to get coffee. How many calories do you think we ate, Sam? 4,000 or 5,000?
Oh gosh.
Oh, all together? Maybe. We bought 6 little thingies, like special cupcakes and special brownies.
It was a full size.
Oh, the pie things, they're like 2 sugar cookies with frosting in the middle. We just bought 6 little thingies, or did we buy 7?
You keep saying little. These were not little, y'all.
Okay. We bought 6 thingies, and then we cut them into pieces.
Yeah.
Jackson enjoyed the rest of them last night. He was very appreciative.
We ate on our way to lunch. Yeah, it was amazing.
On our way to lunch.
I'm still recovering from all this craziness. So today's Wednesday.
She was like, we're at lunch, and she's like, I'm shaking from all the sugar.
Those of you that know me know I don't normally eat sugar at all. I just don't do sugar. That's not a thing. It's not good for me.
Oh, wow.
This day,
I had a cheese stick for dinner. That's it. Just a cheese stick. Because I'm like,
wow.
Yeah,
I had salad for lunch.
I couldn't do dinner. Yeah, you did. Yeah, I had steak and potatoes for lunch like 20 minutes later. It was crazy. Okay, so this week we are talking about automations, and the reason why I brought you guys on is because you guys are big believers in automations the same way that I am. And so I just wanted to talk with people about some of the thinking around automations, when to have automations and what capacities, like how do you decide what to do, all of the detail. What is automations too? A lot of people talk about automations nowadays. It's kind of like a catchphrase. 3 years ago, the big thing was culture. Everybody was talking about culture. You got to have a good culture. And now everybody's talking about, you got to have automations. You got to have automations. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. And I thought you guys would be a great help for me. For Pam, you give just a quick intro, Pam, who you are and why I thought you would be great to have on here for automations.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm Pam Clyde with Britland Cleaning out of Austin, Texas. and started my business 14 years ago and really didn't intend to grow it. But by about 2012 or so, I started trying to piddle around with hiring and stuff. And then by about 2017, 18, I really had started to make some traction and decided that I needed to look into automations. And over the course of those few years, I would add a little at a time. So I realized that, online estimating and booking was important. So I found a platform I liked for that. I don't know if you want me to go into more detail about what I did or.
That's good for right now.
Okay.
And we'll do a quick intro with Sam, and then we'll talk
Sure.
about all of the different, processes and where we have come up with automations and what kind of things
Okay.
work and what things don't. And Sam, how about you? Why, who are you? What are you doing here? All that good stuff.
What am I doing here? I'm Samantha with Sun Life Maids, and we're in the East Valley of Phoenix. And we have been here since fall of 2018. My prior business was ProCare, cleaning commercial and residential in Washington State. And we owned that from 2007 to when we sold it in January 2016. And yeah, we can't live without automations.
Uh-oh.
Can't do that.
I have to cough. Sorry, y'all. Just 1 second here.
It'll creep up on you.
Yeah, I gotta find my unmute button or my mute
That's
button. All right, so Sam, the reason why I really wanted you on here is because you are really big into automations on the employee side, creating systems that your employees can do that they that are. Oh, we got another Facebook user. I wonder why none of our Facebook usernames are showing up today. I wonder if it's because I'm running the meeting instead of Tom. Hey, new Facebook user, let us know who you are.
I can log into Facebook on my other screen, but I never know which group to log into to see the best.
Oh yeah.
Most amount of posts because it's in more than one group. What group do you guys go live in here today? Primarily.
In Maid Central group, ArcSea, Cleaning Profit Builders group, your cleaning business or cleaning business. I think that page. We're all over the place.
I see it. Okay.
Oh,
so yeah, some you can see comments and some you can't. So it shows live, but I don't see the comments.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe in groups.
So yeah, some you can see comments and some you can't. So it shows live, but I don't see the comments.
Well, that was weird. We heard Sam say that twice. Oh, it's Celicia. Hey, Celicia. Good to see you. All right. So last week for the first cleaning business today for me, the second person was Chris. Hey, Chris. All right. So let's see. Last week was our first week to be talking about automations, and we had Libby on. And Pam, I know you're very familiar with Libby.
I am.
Yeah. You introduced me to her, actually. And I believe that you introduced a lot of the group to Libby as well. You want to just give a quick update on who Libby is and what type of automations we use her for?
You bet. Yeah. So Libby DeLucian has Woot Recruit along with Paul Fasshauer, and they do an amazing job for us as far as the hiring automations from they run my ads, they decide my budget, and they are Indeed masters. So they get the best bang for my buck there. And I just let them know, turn up the ads, turn down the ads, and they manage all of that for me. And all we have to do, basically, they have the filtering process in place. All we have to do is show up at the interview. So it's great.
Yeah. Well, you have to pay the money.
That's true. Well, yes, it does cost money. That's true.
Costs money. So,
but hey, it saves tons of time.
Yes. And actually, I really believe that I'm spending less money now that I'm using Woot Recruit. I mean, I'm spending money on Woot Recruit and I'm spending money on Indeed, but I'm spending a lot less.
Yeah, they know how to get the best bang for your buck. I mean, I don't know how they do it, but they know that stuff.
They absolutely do. We have not had as big of a hiring problem as I know a lot of companies have across the country. Fingers crossed that it isn't coming to us and we're just going to get slammed here in the near future. But I actually feel like I am in a great place, even if it does happen to us. having Woot Recruit as our automation. They are just continuously marketing for new employees for us. We have fresh interviews every single week. Chris says, Trisha Lake, you're so beautiful and smart. Ladies, three of my favorite faces. I wish I knew who all these people were on here. Somebody said, Facebook user said, hello again. Another one, hello, ladies, three of my favorite faces.
That's Linda.
That's Linda.
Yeah.
I really wish I knew why the Facebook user thing.
No, I'm cheating. I have Facebook open like Sam does, probably on another screen.
Oh, I closed it because that echo could have been from
you
that.
did? I just
yeah.
Paused it.
It was
so
probably
that it
from
run.
mine.
That's okay.
Well, I was trying to look and see if I could figure out how to.
Everybody, tell us who you are. That would be so great.
Yeah,
we're like at a party, but everybody has a mask on because of COVID.
Right.
Only it covers their entire face, and we don't
Unless
know who they are.
She always gets it right off the bat, right? She's like, "Love Woot Recruit too, Linda." Hey,
Yeah,
I just said it twice. Okay, gotcha. That's great. Thanks, you guys. That's helpful if you say your name. Oh, look, Jeannie knows how to use StreamYard. You see how she shows up. I agree with you on Woot Recruit. Yeah, Woot Recruit is an amazing product. And now there are a lot of other platforms out there that will also do this. So you have to find the one that is going to work with you. So people won't like this, and there will be people that won't like this, but I'm sorry, it's the truth. Woot Recruit is not perfect for everyone. Sorry, even though I love Woot Recruit, I love you, Libby, I love you, Paul, but it's not perfect for everyone. So some people will need something different. I don't know who, I don't know why, but there are a lot of other companies out here that are doing the same thing. Hire Who is another one, very popular. Also, if you are in a location where Woot Recruit is already working with someone, they will not take on someone else. So you need, yes, exactly.
They won't take me. I'm sad.
Thank you.
They keep asking. I'm like, hello, I'm on the other side of the valley.
And Pipehire is another great company, Juan Chaparro. If you don't know Juan, he is an amazing business owner as well. I love Juan. And so definitely be checking out all of these companies to find the one that works best for you.
I think there's Blue Skies also. Is that right? Isn't that another one?
And I do love Blue Skies.
That's pretty cool. I mean, 4 choices, and 5 years ago we had no choices. So
right, and they all know the cleaning business, so that's a plus.
Mm-hmm. And they all do a little bit different than each other too, right, you guys?
Yes, absolutely. Totally. Really, I mean, they all use automations. That's the only thing they have in common.
Right.
So that should say how important that is. I mean, I'm not saying they don't have some parts of the process that are similar, but they are very different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Great people at Blue Skies. Absolutely. Right. And you guys all know that we bring Sean on all the time. Sean Day, we love him. He's a great sharer. So everybody, all of these businesses do have one thing in common, automations, but in different ways. And they automate different parts of the process where they see the need and what's important. So bottom line is you are looking for automations most of the time in your business. Can someone throw in the chat the names of Woot Recruit alternatives? Sure. I don't know if who can chat. Can one of you guys? Pam or Sam?
Are we able to? I don't even see how we can.
I know. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, right here. I think I can. Hire who? Whoops. Hire who? And Pipehire.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't even see where I would.
Oh, you know what? Sam, go up and look at comments.
I'm in comments.
I'm sorry. Okay, I guess I don't know. Maybe only Liz can see that.
I might be the only one that can do it too. I'm not sure y'all can do that.
Got it.
As the host, probably.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So Hire Who, Pipehire, and you already got Blue Skies, right? All great companies. We have used all of them, I believe. Is that right? Yeah, I believe we've used all of them, and they all do different things. So you also, and the companies are going to hate that I'm saying this as well, but many times you have to change up what you're doing because things change as as the conditions change, as the situation changes, then you might want to be looking at something different. You might have different needs as your business grows, etc. So, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So that ARCS, um, Association for Residential Cleaning Companies, is that ARCSI, y'all? Yeah, it is. I see the little logo. They're also recommending PiPire. PiPire and Hire Who. Yeah, thank you. All right, so I think we hit that enough times there. That is a very, very important automation. What's the next automation, Pam? I'm going to talk with you that you looked for after you got Woot Recruit. What was the next
Okay.
thing that you looked for?
Yeah, so I needed a way to get online estimating done, because with me being the only person to answer the phone and respond to all the customer correspondence and things, I had to automate that. And so I tried a couple of different companies, and I ended up settling on Responsibid.
Mhm.
And they were very helpful at helping me set up all of that. And you can just tweak it however you want based on how you charge, whether it's square footage or by the hour, whatever you do. There's just all kinds of options there. And so that's who I am currently still using, as a matter of fact, Responsibid.
Nice. What's your scheduling platform, Pam?
I was on Jobber, but I'm about to switch over to Made Central. Haven't done that yet, totally. But yeah, Jobber and Responsibid work beautifully together.
That's what I was
They-
going to say.
Yeah,
I
they do.
really know that Jobber works really, really well with Responsibid. I know that there is a scheduling tool inside of Made Central. So most people don't continue to use Responsibid. I hate that we have to sometimes sort of compete with each other, similar to, right? We've got Woot Recruit and Hire Who and PiPire, but there are lots of great options, and you just have to find the one that is going to work best for you. Kurt Kempton, he owns Responsibid. Is that right? Does he still own
Yes.
Responsibid, y'all?
Yes.
Yeah.
For anybody that
Yes,
knows,
he very much does.
Yeah. He's awesome.
and
You know,
he's amazing.
he is. I think that there are, just like there's enough business to go around for all of us that we can collaborate. I
Yeah.
see that the owners of these other support companies do collaborate, and
Yeah.
they have friendly relationships, I think most of them,
Yep.
and they try to really add value in the industry to not just their users, but the industry as a whole. And I don't think that they really, I think that they fully grasp and understand that as our businesses change, that so does our needs.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a huge deal when we have to transition softwares or whatever, because here's what's going on. For example, I use Made Central for most things. And so I currently use Responsibid for my online booking, but we'll be transitioning to the Made Central platform for that also in the near future. But there are many, many businesses that maybe they're not a good candidate for Made Central, and I'll continue to refer Responsibid for that. And, even though I'm moving that part of my business, I'll probably refer 10 other people. So I think that we all play well in the same sandbox.
Yeah, I
Well
feel like
said.
that's true too. It's hard because everybody is sort of competing for the same, customers and clients and dollars. But I do agree with you, Sam, that this industry is really good at working together and finding what will work best for the individual in whatever situation that we're in.
Mhm.
So, is there anybody else? Launch 27 used to have a booking part of their platform. Does anybody know if they still do? I don't know. I haven't
I
heard a
think
lot.
I
they're
think they
still
still do.
around, but I know a lot of people also now use Booking Koala.
Oh,
Yeah. That's who
another
I was
one.
trying to think of yesterday, Liz. That's who I think my local competitor, Queen of Maids, I want to say. I think
yeah.
he started that Booking Koala, I want to say.
Is it his? Does he own it? You mean
I
or
mean,
he
this
started
was
using it?
5, 6 years ago that I was looking at it, I think. So I haven't looked recently.
But did you mean that he started using Booking Koala, or
Oh
he's
no, I thought he created it.
okay? That's what I was asking.
If
All right.
if my memory serves me right, and I may be wrong. It's been a while. I'm old.
All right. Somebody's asking, what do you mean about booking part? Booking part.
So we have an operations software, right? We're using Made Central for many, many parts of the business. But for the part where the people go to our website, they click get a quote. And that's the part I'm discussing right now. Currently, my back end of my website producing those quotes is Responsibid. However, Made Central does have that functionality, and it's just the last piece of Made Central we haven't actually switched on, and we will be doing that soon.
Okay, so it looks like Booking Koala was created by Philip Bosca.
Oh, okay.
I've not even heard that name. That's interesting. Don't know who you are, Facebook user, but great info. Let me know who you are.
Marcus Shields said that.
Oh, that's Marcus. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Marcus would know. He's local.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
and
you know.
Launch 27 doesn't do that anymore, he said.
Okay, all right.
Really?
No. They changed, right? And businesses change what they do all the time.
True.
Sure.
Yeah, based on what they need and the needs of the industry, et cetera. So what we're hearing here is lots of options and
Yeah.
Yep.
places. Yes, I had custom software built in order to do that. Excellent.
Oh, yeah. Remember when we did that a million years ago, Liz? A bunch of us got together and
yeah.
and then it was right before, I think it was right before Launch 27 came out, I want to say.
I forgot all about that, Sam.
It was just one of those things we paid for and then shelved because something better came out like the next month.
That
Oh, wow.
that happens though. You know what? I didn't remember it. And to me, what that says is it was still a good use of my money. It didn't hurt me. I'm not sitting over here thinking, oh, lamenting the money that I spent to build this and then something else. No, because when
you know, Liz, it's such a huge time saver. Like the tire kickers that are just kind of checking out price or whatever that probably aren't going to buy from us because we're not the cheapest.
Yeah.
It helps to eliminate them. And then it weeds out the serious people, the people that really got that word of mouth, recommendation. Those are the ones that are ready to book. And it's almost like, it doesn't matter what you charge, they're ready to book because of that recommendation. So it helps us find those people.
Yeah, absolutely. So another piece that I think people need to be thinking about, especially if you're a smaller business and you're thinking, oh, I can't afford to buy all of these different programs that
just buy what you need.
Yeah, buy what you need and buy what you can't create yourself, right? Because most of the time in business, you're going to have a situation until you get to a certain size where you've either got time or you've got money, right? Time and money. Right? And it kind of goes back and forth. You don't usually end up in a situation where you're like, wow, I got lots of time. I've got lots of money. And not until you get to a certain size of your business, where you're like, okay, I've got time and I've got money, which is, go ahead, Sam.
I love what you said about it doesn't feel like we wasted anything, and we didn't.
No.
Because we were pushing the business forward. And, in my last business, I found that I consistently was not making decisions and not executing because I was afraid that I would not pick the best thing and then later I'd have to fix it. But actually, what I've learned after all these years is that I am going to fix it, and I'm always going to be fixing it, and I'm always going to be changing and upgrading, and that is how it's always going to be. So you're actually holding yourself back by not executing and making the decision that fits you best at that time.
Oh my gosh, I love that
point. Yeah,
I
agree.
Yeah, that should be standard business operating practices. Is that you're getting better and growing your business, and you're changing and upgrading as you grow. You're not using the same things at a $4 million company as you were at a $200,000 company. That wouldn't even make sense.
And it's also can have something to do with your personal things that you like or that you're good at too.
Yeah, and I would say more that you're good at. Right. So if you're really good at it, maybe it makes sense to hold on to some of that stuff. But the stuff that you're not good at, even if you like it, if someone else can do it better, you need to offload that, get someone else to do it, even if you like it.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what's fun, Liz? I love waking up in the mornings and seeing how many estimates came through. And sometimes it'll go pending, like people are ready to book, or when I have openings, they can, select their own opening, and it's really cool. That's kind of exciting for me. Or over the weekend, I mean, any time of the day or night that somebody's curious, they're ready to buy or at least shop, they can go out there and get an estimate.
Yeah. So a lot of times we're talking about like passive income, right? Everybody talks about
Yeah.
passive income. We all know what passive income is, but you know what? Automations create passive other things, passive leads. We're not doing anything. They're just coming at us.
Right.
Most people I know right now that are using automations in some form or another for
I know.
booking or for recruiting have more leads. Who is that? Like, is that Dawn Crowley? Dawn,
It
are
was
you
Gabby.
Crowley?
It was Gabby. Gabby, you were totally on camera.
I love
No,
watching
she
her talk.
crawled. She didn't want to disrupt anything. It's casual, Gabby. You can walk by.
It's okay to be live on here, Gabby. Huh.
Yeah, you didn't
Uh,
get to meet Gabby yesterday. You
no,
can
but
maybe
I
go meet
feel
her.
like I know her because I've
I
heard
think
some.
you've met her on Zoom before.
Oh, okay. All right. So what were we talking about, y'all? Totally got a,
I know, right?
Gabby crawling in the background. It got me off.
So funny.
um,
Benefits
uh,
of automation as far as getting your estimate, passive income,
Yeah,
yes,
passive
or
income.
yeah,
something, right?
yeah. That it's with when we're using one of these platforms, we're having passive leads come in, leads where
Yeah.
we're not having to do anything and they're just coming at us.
Mhm.
Most of the people that I'm working with right now are in a situation where they have more leads coming at them than they can handle. Right?
True.
They're just like leads, leads, leads. I only need employees. So that recruiting, got to have that recruiting on, right? Get that recruiting going
Mhm.
harder, stronger, faster, and consistently so that you can take those leads. Because what's worse than paying for leads? Paying for leads you can't use because you don't
True.
have capacity. That is the worst. Okay, so I wanted to talk about one more thing real quick. We started to talk about it and then I got us off track. You might be in a situation where you can't afford all of these great things. You're like, yeah,
Mhm.
I love Pipe Hire. I saw them. I love Juan Chaparro. He's amazing. I feel like he's my guy and I want to use him, but I really can't afford it right now. I
Mhm.
don't have any gross profit or I don't
And
have
the truth
any
is, a lot of
profit.
people don't.
That's
True.
true. It's absolutely true. So, of course, we're going to talk about knowing your
Big
numbers in a
time.
little bit, right? And how to automate some of that stuff as well. But yeah, when you don't have the money, you don't have the money to invest, you don't have options for that. Although I know that right now, a lot more people have money to invest because of the government situation, kind of throwing a little bit of money at us. Great time. If you do have money to invest, this is the time to do it. If you have money that you're sitting on, you're like, don't know what to do with it, automations. Automations would be my
Absolutely.
first thing to point at. Fastest way to begin scaling your business is by automating some of the tech stuff. All right, but back to what I was saying. If you can't afford it and you're starting to do it yourself, here are some simple things that you want to think about. Make it so that it is simple. Don't make it so complicated that nobody can follow along and you have like 50 million spreadsheets that all have to be sorted in a different way to get this action. Simplify. So what are some of the tools that people can use to do it themselves, you guys, that
Mm.
are more inexpensive? Yeah, what you got, Sam?
Okay, so we were talking about the automations with regard to employees and training and stuff. So we wanted Trainual for like a year, a solid year, like that we wanted to execute, and I just didn't feel comfortable budgeting that additional expense. And so we took all of our videos that we had made, which you can just do with your iPhone. You don't have to pay, somebody with a big camera. And I've done some. It makes my husband mad because he's a professional producer. But I'm like, I need this done, and I don't want to argue with you about the editing. So I just did it, and now it's online. So you can make training videos, for example, and put them straight onto YouTube from your phone. You don't
Yeah.
need anything expensive. And so before we could afford Trainual, we just had everything in a Google Drive Word document, and it was like, kitchen video 1, video 2, video 3, and here's the links and so forth. And then we also had this actually. Grab this. I just saw it.
Look around the corner to see what she's looking at over there.
So I'm just grabbing this here. This guy, you know, this is a paper version. It's a pain in the butt to keep track of things on paper. But again, it can certainly be done. And although this isn't, quote, automated, in some ways it is, because the trainee can see the segment and click on the video and see the segment, and then they can discuss that with their trainer. So, I mean, it's the beginning of an automation. And even if you have a software that does something, you can't actually use it until you have that foundation first. You have to have the materials.
Yeah,
That
Linda,
doesn't cost anything to use Google Drive.
no, Google Drive is a great tool.
Yeah.
Foundation sold me on automations. It took a while. Yeah, it's not easy, right? And some of this stuff is difficult. But once you understand the value of automations, you'll just be looking for more things to automate, more ways to automate things. All right. So there are two more really awesome tools to use if you're trying to automate things. One is, oh shoot, now I forgot the name of it. Y'all, the little it's like a to-do tool.
Oh, Trello?
Yeah, thank you. I'm like,
I use the free Trello.
Trello. Yeah, you can use Trello to automate. You can do a lot of different types of automations through Trello. And then also Zapier, right? You can use a lot of things. So you can zap things so that they automatically will move here and there. These are very, very inexpensive tools. I think you have to pay a little something for Zapier, but Trello has
not much.
Free option. No, it's very, very inexpensive.
I thought I heard this morning somebody say that Slack has some automations in it, which I didn't realize. I'm guessing it's like Trello, maybe like it's little automations.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to look into it, though. Thank you for that, Sam. I don't
know. It's just something I heard somebody suggest this morning.
You know what I love about Slack is I don't like to disturb the cleaners while they're cleaning, but I might think of something I need to get a message out to them. So I'll just schedule it to go out at 4 o'clock or whatever most people are through at the end of the day. Or if it's at night after hours, I can schedule it to go out at 7:30 in the morning or whatever before they start their day.
They didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. I have a paid version, but that's one of the things I love about Slack.
And the paid version of Slack is not very expensive
No,
either.
It's not at all.
No.
So how much?
I have to look.
I'm guessing people are wondering, like $12 a month kind of thing, or like 60.
That's good.
I think it's per user, if I remember right. Yeah. But it's nominal.
I don't remember.
I'd have to look it up.
Good.
But go to Slack, slack.com, or look it up that way, and I'm sure they'll have some options. Start out with the free version, though. That's what I did. But if you want to keep history and have some of these extra things, like they'll give you a teaser, right? You get for 14 days, you get this, the full benefits, and then they sell you on that, of course. But
there you go.
Like I said, yeah, it's a huge time saver, and I love it. You can also do like video or voice messages, transfer pictures. Your text can use it for pictures. You can use it anyway, just all kinds of stuff. Oh, there we go. Somebody said $8 to $10 per user per month. Awesome.
All right. So if you are a smaller company, you're just trying to get up and running, this is going to sound like a lot of money to you. It's like every single person that's using it is $10. If I have like 8 employees, that's $80 a month. I know that sounds like a lot of money. And so I would say, okay, maybe this isn't the place that you start. You can look for some of the free options first. Don't get scared off when you hear numbers that are like, I can't make that work. We
still use the free version. We don't need the paid one. It would certainly be nice, but I can take that 5 minutes and manually do that post.
Yeah, a lot of times there is a portion that can be automated or that you can use and you can still use with the free version. You can upgrade later when you can afford it. And I'm saying this because I can't tell you how many times I'm running through somebody's P&L trying to help them figure out where some of their expense issues are. And they've got this little thing for $8 a month, this little thing for $30 a month, this little thing for $29.95, this thing for $49.97. And we add that all up. And I'm like, you say you don't have any money, but you have over 400. This just happened maybe 2 weeks ago. You have over $400 in unnecessary expenses. Or she was like, we don't even use that anymore. We haven't used that in 6 months.
We've been cutting. Every month we cut something else. I think we're almost out of things to cut.
Nice, Sam. Nice.
And they're little. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, Zoom, what is that, 15? And I mean, I even cut my thing that I said I would never cut, which is my reviews automation, but we weren't using it.
Oh, nice. What do you
Well,
use for reviews? I wanted to talk about that one.
well, we were using Nice Job, and there's nothing wrong with it. I recommend Nice Job. I think it's great, but because it doesn't sync with the Made Central scorecards, then
Mhm.
it wasn't truly automated anyway. And certainly I can do that, and I would get more, but we weren't using it. So I'll turn it back on when we begin focusing on it.
Yeah. Well, we are going to have an episode that's all about reviews and something else, I think, coming up. Was it quality? I'm not sure. But we do have some more coming up with that, an entire episode where we're going to talk about different versions of that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stay back in that early chain, right? So in the early chain where we've got to recruit some people, and then we are looking to bring on some new customers. There's like two different channels here, right? The employee channel and the client channel, but those early things that you can automate. Then what is the next thing? Let's just go down the employee little path there. So anybody on here, maybe Linda or Danita's on here, anybody else from Foundations, can you guys tell me what the name of what I'm talking about, the process flow map, the Foundations process flow that shows all of the different, Tom would smack me for not knowing this.
Are you talking about the employee life cycle?
No, but thank you for bringing up the employee life cycle.
Oh, yes.
Employee life cycle, for those of you that don't know, we're doing an employee life cycle workshop where we will workshop your employee life cycle from day one through at least 2 years, the 2-year life cycle. So what do you do on day one? And you're going to create that. What do you do on day 2?
Oh, so we're going to leave with it being done? Is that what
Or
you're
to be done.
saying? We're not going to talk about it and learn. We're actually going to do.
It's a workshop. So you're going
So
to
do I
create
need to buy a new laptop? Because mine sucks. Mine's going to drop the Wi-Fi.
I might be able to
I'm
bring
so
you up.
cheap.
Yeah. So you might want to consider doing that and that is April. It's right after the Made Central. Oh, no, that's not it, Linda. That's what we were thinking too. It's right after the Made Central user experience for anybody that's going to that.
It's your event. You got dates?
It's at Castle Keepers. Don't ask me hard questions, Sam. I'm looking at that.
I just want to know because I'm signed up for the March Made Central, and now I'm like, oh, do I need to do the April one? If I go twice, my husband might kill me. But I really wanted to be there March. I want to be in the first one.
Sorry,
I got to turn on 2.0.
Yeah. Yes, you do. You haven't done it already. Absolutely. For those of you that aren't on 2.0 yet, you need to get on there because the booking tool it's what you've been waiting for.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. All right. Back to
so Liz, I think your dates are probably I'm sorry. I can't remember if the Castle Keeper thing is the 19th and 20th, which is a Tuesday, Wednesday of April. And then is yours the 21st and 22nd?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure is. Tom moved his back a day so that we could do it because we're doing it at the same location. So that
cool. I've already signed up for April, so that works for me.
Yay, perfect. And
maybe I'll be able to go to both.
And for those of you that are in strategic success circles, go ahead, and if you had signed up for March and you didn't realize we were going to do this in April, you can go ahead and change that. You did hear blue skies. You can change that to April, no problem, no penalty. And remember that if you're in one of the mastery groups, and I'm not sure, maybe Express as well, it's free to you. So sign up for that if you're going to be there.
One more reason to sign up.
Yes. Let's get you on 2.0, Sam. I don't know who's saying that, but yes, let's get
That's Aja.
Yes.
Maybe it's Aja. Aja.
It is.
Message me. Yeah. You could help me with 2.0, and then I could go in April instead.
Get her
That's
on.
probably the best choice.
But yes, Sean, we were talking about you. If your ears were ringing over there, we were talking about what an amazing sharer you are. I know we don't know why anybody's, I think it's because I'm running, but Sean knows how to get his name to show up. And so does Jason. And so does, oh, what was her name? There was one more person that really, Jeannie, right?
Oh yeah.
Edit name.
Yeah.
Mine says edit name.
It does? All right. Well, if you can edit your name, then edit your name. I think yours is different, Sam, because you are on here. Anyway, so yes, we're talking about recruiting, and there are lots of options. We were talking about getting leads. There are lots of options for getting leads out there, to automate getting leads. And then there was one thing that I wanted to tell everybody today. I loved this. I thought it was a great piece of information. This came from, this is the guy, Campion, Mike Campion. And you guys may know about Mike. Every once in a while, you'll hear something that's like kind of disturbing about something. I heard something disturbing about him that I'm like trying to get over. Not sure. I'm not just believing it, right? You know how you hear random weird gossip and you're like, yeah, I'm not believing that, because how much value has Mike Campion brought to the service industry? So much. And here's one of the things that he teaches that I love. If you are, what? Yeah. See? Crazy stuff. What? Yeah.
What? I'm lost.
That's good. I'm not sharing anymore. I just like got hit with it when I saw this. Okay. Let's back on track here. Mike.
Okay.
Campion is, does everybody know who Mike is?
Yes.
He's an author.
Mike Campion?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just putting it in Google. I don't even know.
Well,
he's got a Facebook page for the cleaning business.
Yeah. He's a big, he has a big company, and he does a lot of business coaching in our space, but he does service businesses. Yeah. Grow My
Cleaning Business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he's a business coach. He's a big business coach in our industry. Yeah. He's not an author, but I'm saying he kind of
Apparently
is.
There's another one who is.
But kind of, because he does create a lot of, he has a lot of intellectual property that he has written. Okay. So maybe he's not a published author, but he does, I would say he does author a lot of content. But one of the things that he says that I love, I'm going to get this out, is that if you're looking to hire a manager, right? He says, before you hire a manager, the very first thing that you need to do is make sure that all of your systems are automated. You will save more money by automating all of your systems. He has one book called I'm a Freaking Genius. Oh, does he really?
Oh,
who is this? Who is
That's
just that? Who is it?
C.
That's Celicia? Oh my gosh. I didn't know that. C is Celicia. C-E-E.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
C is her Facebook name.
Oh, okay.
Her name is Celicia.
Gotcha.
She likes both, though. Anyway, that's cool, Celicia. You have to tell me about that tomorrow at Forum. I want to hear about it. Remind me. So anyway, one of the things that he says is the very first thing you do if you're looking to hire a manager, and I know that as you're growing, you start getting so tired and you're working so many hours and you just start feeling so burnt out, and you're thinking, I need to hire somebody in my office. I've got to have somebody. I've got to have office help, an office assistant, an office manager. I've got to have somebody helping me. He gives a 4-step process that I love. First step, automate. Automate everything you can, and as inexpensively as you can while you're growing, right? Automate. Look at all of the different processes and automate every single one that you can. The second thing, this is amazing, is vendors. Look at your vendors. How can your vendors potentially help you? Now, in our space, the cleaning space, an example I can think of is you might talk to one of the vendors that we were just talking about, like Blue Skies, right? We have Sean on here, and we might say, hey, Sean, I'm loving Blue Skies, but I'm having this problem with, an example might be onboarding. can you also help me with some onboarding? Is there any way I can get some assistance to do that? It's not part of what they normally do, but you never know. They might be able to help you out. So look to your vendors and see, especially, and actually, Sean is a great example for this, because he is so helpful minded. Anybody that knows Sean knows that he is constantly giving, he'll tell you all of the questions that they use in their interview process. He'll tell you everything that he does. He doesn't hold anything back. So that obviously is the kind of person that's going to help you. So second step is ask your vendors. Can they help you in any area? Help you with some more automations. The third thing is hire a VA. Instead of hiring, relationships are so important with vendors. Agree. Yeah, absolutely. And you're the king of this, Sean. So the third thing is hire a VA. He says, in the beginning, you're just needing help. And so you're feeling like I need to hire a full-time person in my office. And I equate this to the customer that says, my house is trashed. I need help. I need to hire somebody weekly. And then you guys know sometimes we can recognize that this is not a weekly customer. And even if they go weekly, it won't be long before they go bi-weekly. And then they're going to go to monthly because they really do not need weekly. They're just so overwhelmed that they feel like they need weekly, right? Mm-hmm. So it's the same thing. You need help in your office. You feel like I need a full-time person in my office doing all the things. Well, Mike says, maybe not. Maybe you don't. Maybe you can get away for a while until you're ready for that next step is to hire a VA or someone else to help you temporarily or part-time, right? And then the fourth step is actually hire that person to be in your office. So we jump from, I need help. I know, right? We jump from, I need help to, I'm going to hire a full-time person. Mike says, nope, 4 steps. So for those of you that don't know who Mike is, check him out. And yeah, that was all I wanted to say.
I agree with all that, Liz. That's exactly what I did. And it worked really smoothly. It made sense to me when I first started thinking about next steps. And it did. It was very helpful, allowed me to save money and time incrementally along the way until I was ready to hire those physical people. And then, like you said, I still have those automations in place. Yeah. But we've just grown so much bigger that now we needed real people to do more things for the business.
And another thought is, I think you can make a list and write down all the things you do, and then write down the things you're comfortable with a VA doing versus somebody on site. And I mean, if you can, if you're at that place where you can't actually afford somebody in the office full time, or maybe even close to full time, you can have a VA do a certain percentage of it pretty efficiently, and then have somebody that's a field employee also, maybe they spend 2 hours in the afternoon to wrap up the day and they do certain things that have to be done, or a few hours in the morning, of those things that have to be on site person. And I think that can make a huge difference. Sometimes the inefficiency of the full-time employee in the office actually can cloud our vision as to what we actually need.
True.
And I think there is a lot less stuff that has to be done by someone in your office than is traditionally thought of. And Pam, you're actually a really great example of this too.
For
right?
sure.
Just not having an office and finding a way to use people that are not coming to the office, not bringing people into the office, and having success doing that. I heard from somebody the other day that, you can't do that. That won't work. And they were telling someone who was doing it. And it was working. I was like, you're telling somebody that is doing it that it won't work. I mean, it's a strategy, I guess. It's not one I follow, but okay. So yes, I love that. Use a VA when you can. Another piece of that is I'm gonna use a saying that Tom uses all the time about reversible decisions. Right?
Oh yeah.
If it's a reversible decision, check it out. See if you can see if it does work for you. One of my favorite VAs, you guys all know Maria Dorian, and what's the name of her?
Taskaway.
Yeah, thank you. Taskaway VA. So she can help you to automate a ton of the things that you're doing as well in lots of different areas. So try.
She is really competent in multiple softwares and has owned a cleaning business, owned a VA business, worked at multiple softwares. She really is a great resource.
Oh yeah, she's working again. I know she's worked at. She worked at Maid Central. She has VAs that are trained there. She's working currently, I believe, with ZenMaid, right? Is that right? I think she
I
is.
mean,
I'm
She
I
pretty,
has
think
in the past.
I think projects probably, but yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure she's working with ZenMaid right now. She's also opening another cleaning business. She's a serial entrepreneur. So Maria is just a busy gal, but she is a strong believer in automations and finding a
Mhm.
way to make things work. So
Mhm.
there's to go with Mike's third step. There's one. There are quite a few different VAs that are really good depending on what you're looking for. Chris Schwab. What's the name of his? Anybody know the name of his off the top of your head?
Mm-mm.
Are you talking about the one Jill's office?
Jill?
No, I think
That's
that's a
not
different
Jill's
one.
office? That's a different one? Okay.
No,
And
never
there's
heard.
pink collars. There's several different out there,
Pink
different ones out
collars, yeah.
A lot of
Mhm.
people love pink collars. I wish I could remember the name of Chris's. I love Chris. Yes, Innova Local. Thank
there.
you,
Oh, okay.
Facebook user.
And then there's also, like, answering services, like, I used to use Ruby Reception.
But first, I have to give a quick
Oh, sorry.
push to Chris,
Okay.
because Chris runs his VA situation much differently than Maria does, or Ruby Reception is another good example. So if you have tried a VA service and you're thought, this just doesn't work for me, I'm going to say, try another one. Right.
Yeah.
So if you've, because they all run very differently. And we've had Chris on the show a few different times. He is very process driven. And so the way he does things is very specific for certain wins in your company. All right. So I just had to give that little bit of a push
What's
out.
the name of the company?
Innova,
Innova.
IN
And what's his last name?
Schwab. Chris Schwab. Yeah.
Hey,
So
Liz, I thought about another automation for me.
Yeah.
I use Bamboo HR, and
asked about
Mhm.
that up here. Good
yeah,
job.
somebody did mention that. And
Yeah.
and so when I was, again, before I had any office help or Lindsay to help me with hiring and employee management, I could not keep track of people's birthdays and anniversaries for the company, or whatever. And the paperwork was a nightmare to get them to sign, because I don't have an office, so we did everything virtually. And so Bamboo HR allowed me to keep up with all of that, get their car insurance on file, and let me know when it's time to renew that. I could put in training modules. There's just all kinds of things. So that's another platform that I chose to use.
So you could
Right.
put training modules into
You
Bamboo.
can. You can. It's not as elaborate as some of the others, but there is a section for training modules to go in, like a
Oh.
link to a YouTube
Mhm.
channel or that's private or whatever you have.
All right. Awesome.
And
Anybody know?
also,
Go ahead, Sam.
along those same lines, Gusto has some automations for onboarding, and recently QuickBooks added it wasn't always in there, where you can send the employee the link to do
Oh,
all their
yeah.
tax papers and
I
their
love that.
direct deposit, and that used to not be available until recently.
Right. I love that. Turn that on. Yeah.
Okay. I did not know about that either. So that is for if you're running all of your payroll through QuickBooks Payroll.
Mhm.
Is that what I'm
Mhm.
hearing?
Yes.
Yep, exactly.
All right. So I know that we do have an HR company coming on this month as well that will be giving us some ins and outs about the different ways that they use automations and how you can use it. One thing I want to say real quick before we head out of here, we've only got a few more minutes, is automations are a win. If you're
Mhm.
thinking, I don't care, I don't know how, stop. Stop with that thinking. What you need to think is, I need to automate more things. How am I going to do it? Not, I can't, I don't know. Let go of all of that and start thinking this. How can I automate something? Just start somewhere. What is the thing that is a linchpin in your company, the thing that is going to make the big difference? Or what's a big bottleneck, right? What is the thing that is holding you back from being able to get to that next place? Automate that. Even if you don't automate it using a company, at least begin using some automations on your own. But I'll tell you, the vast majority of the time, you are going to have a large return on your investment by using automations, or these companies would not be in business.
Right.
Just a reminder, right?
Right.
How they stay in business is because they earn you money. So even if you feel like I can't afford it, remember it's a short-term, typically a short-term investment to begin reaping those benefits. So look for ways, pick the one that's most important to you and invest there. All right, do you guys have any final words here? Or
I mean,
last?
I
I was
have.
thinking if you're good at tech stuff, there's also ClickUp. You could build some of your own automations out. I was just at the spot where I didn't have time to learn ClickUp and master all of that. So that's why I sought out these platforms that had already mastered that for me. Yes, it cost me more money than going the other route, but I was at a spot where I had more money than I had time.
Yeah.
And
Money.
my
Yeah.
final push is for Nice Job. If you are a young solopreneur and you are working alone, or you just have a few people and you want to get to the next level where you just have some money to invest in some of those automations, get Nice Job. When you're leaving the job, send the client your review link. Even if you don't have Nice Job, send them your Google review link. The biggest thing that's going to grow your business very inexpensively in the beginning is building your Google reviews. That's the number one thing to do. Laura Smith said that years ago. Then when the client calls, they're already sold. They saw your reviews.
Or even leave them a postcard with a QR code directly to your Google or Yelp review site. That's another way you can do it real
QR
inexpensively.
codes now, you guys, QR codes are hot. People
They
will
are.
use
Yeah.
them right now. They were not
Thanks to
a
COVID.
year ago, right?
COVID did some good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Courtney Wisely is absolutely a ClickUp whiz. All right, y'all. We are top of the hour and we have got to shut it down. Thank you, everybody, for visiting. Tom is in Orlando. So everybody say, hi, Tom in Orlando.
Hey, Tom.
We missed you here.
Jealous.
And we'll see everybody next Monday. Tomorrow, for those of you that were wondering what happened to What Would Liz Do yesterday on Tuesday, we had to move it to Thursday. So What Would Liz Do is going to be on tomorrow, but then back to our normal Tuesday schedule next week. All right, y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.